Hey Cole, just learning how to do the video stuff and got to remember not to minimize it or else it actually stops recording. So I'm going to go through a couple diagrams here and explain the chloroplasts in more detail and also what happens inside the chloroplast during photosynthesis, okay? So let's start first with the chloroplast. All right, so that's a structure like this, okay? And this is a chloroplast, basically. Let me get my pen here. All right, and inside the chloroplast are two main structures, okay? There's these green discs right here. Those are called thylakoids, okay? Inside the thylakoid, all this dark stuff in there, that is the chlorophyll, okay? So the chlorophyll is actually tucked inside these discs. Now, inside the chloroplast, these discs are actually stacked up like this, and they're actually connected. There are little connectors in between them so that they can all work together. The stacks, one stack of thylakoids, all right, one stack of thylakoids is called a grana, okay? So there's several grana in the chloroplast. And then there's fluid all in this empty space here, okay? All kinds of fluid in here surrounding the thylakoids. That empty space is known as the stroma. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to look at this diagram and we're going to figure out exactly, I'm going to explain exactly what happens, okay? All right, so looking at this next diagram, I'm going to pull up the chloroplast and I'm going to do a snip of that. All right, and
what is this for?
This is for, because Mr. Wiley wasn't very good at doing the video, so he messed it up. All right, here we go. So hopefully this is still working. Yes, it is. Good. All right. So here's the chloroplast, and here's all the stuff that's going on inside. Okay, so we talked about all the reactants. Okay, the reactants in this diagram are all up here. Okay, we have light, we have water, H2O, and we have carbon dioxide, CO2, that are going in. What you'll notice is there are two reactions happening here. Okay, first off, you have the light-dependent reactions. They're called light-dependent because they require light. Okay, so the light wave comes through and it hits the thylakoid. Okay, this stack, this grana of thylakoids. Okay, so these grana, all right, or singular granum, which are stacks of thylakoids, they use the light to split the water, and their basic goal is to create two things. ATP, which we explained earlier was the energy that a cell uses, okay? And then this energy carrier, the bus, right? Here's our bus with our NADPH, okay? That's where the hydrogen from the water goes, okay? Right here on the end, all right? And then what's released, okay, got covered up a little bit here, is the oxygen. So the oxygen from the H2O is not used. All the plant is interested in is the hydrogen that's attached, okay? So now these two things travel over here to the Calvin cycle. The Calvin cycle is also sometimes known as the dark reactions because it can happen at night, okay? It happens even if there's no light until it runs out of these two things, okay? Because obviously, without the light-dependent reactions, eventually these are going to get used up. What you'll notice is this phosphate here gets broken off and the hydrogen is missing, okay? That goes into making glucose, okay? So what you'll notice is the carbon and the oxygen and the hydrogen are all put together to make glucose, which is C6H12O6, or which we sometimes just write as CHO. Notice that's where we get the letters from. Carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, CHO. All right? So what's left is, well, the H has gotten off the bus. So now the bus is got no H. So we just put a plus there, indicating there's a space, right? And then it goes back into here to get another hydrogen. In addition, the phosphate, okay, is also depleted. So it has to go back here and get more energy. All right, so that's what's going on in that particular arrangement. All right? So that is, in a nutshell, what's happening in photosynthesis. Tomorrow, we'll talk a little bit more about the relationship well, we won't talk about the relationship because what you know now is that obviously Calvin cycle depends on the light reactions for these two things to make the glucose that the plant needs to survive. This is its food. And then it just gives what's left back, and that never leaves the chloroplast. These two chemicals just keep getting recycled round and round and round. The only things that leave are parts of the water and the carbon dioxide to go other places. Okay? All right. Have a nice day.
Cold Bullock, how you doing?
Oh, here's our friend Tyler. He says, hello.
Cole, don't forget to subscribe.
Yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe, right? Tap the bell icon to get notified when we got the next video coming up.
Viewer discretion is advised.
Viewer discretion is advised.
Amen.